There's this awkward middle ground right here that nobody really talks about. But you know that feeling that you just intuitively get where you're like, oh, I've now moved on and I'm going to move into something else soon. I really think that a lot of humanity goes through these transitions at the same time. And it feels weird to like not know what you want. And sometimes it's okay to be in that messy middle for a bit. Hi, from me and Piper. We were just chilling and hanging out, and I've just been thinking about stuff, and I figured, you know what? Let's just whip out the camera and kind of record my thoughts. I feel like I never really do that many chatty videos like this, like these casual chatty videos, and I'm trying to do a little bit more just because I want to be a little bit more spontaneous and have more fun. And I think these are fun, but I always gravitate towards doing much more polished videos because honestly, I love to like sit with my thoughts for several days and write a nice script, because to me, I feel like that is genuinely more authentic to me, because then I can say exactly what's on my mind and I can say it correctly. Whereas sometimes when I just say things on my head in the moment, it might not actually be that accurate or that helpful. But I'm trying to be a little bit more open and honest and candid, and you know, I have hesitation with filming these videos sometimes because I think like, well, why would anyone care? You know, or why would someone be interested in these types of videos? And of course, these types of videos get less views, and that's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter. But I kind of forget how much I value these types of videos. And sometimes I can sit and watch someone talk about their life, their unfiltered thoughts, their business, their whatever, and I still gain a lot from that, and I'm really interested in hearing what they have to say. It doesn't always have to be polished and with a script and with a framework and all of that, even though I love those videos, and that's what I feel, that's where I feel like my strengths lie. But first of all, how cute is Piper Girl right here? She's always in the background of my videos. In case you don't know, this is Piper. She loves to sleep. She's just a lady of leisure, and she is the mascot of the Jillz Guerin YouTube channel. And she's just a gem. She's a beautiful princess and deserves to be treated as such. But anyway, something that I have just been thinking a lot about recently, and maybe because it's a Mercury retrograde when I'm filming this, but honestly, I've just been thinking about this for a while, is I feel like I have outgrown the chapter that I'm in right now. And I'm not sure what that next chapter for me looks like. And I feel like this is something that is definitely not exclusive to me. I feel like there's a lot of people who might be experiencing this as well. And I also think that whether it's astrologically or something in the energy, I feel like a lot of people go through these transitions together, and they kind of experience these transitions at the same time. But I'm in this state of my life where I'm not who I used to be anymore, but I'm also not where I want to be yet. And I also don't know who I want to be yet. But I think nobody really talks about the awkwardness of where you're not who you used to be, but you are not yet in that next chapter of your life. And when you transition there, it's not like you go from this to this. There's this awkward middle ground right here that nobody really talks about. And it's awkward, it's uncomfortable, it's confusing, sometimes it's lonely. And when you transition into this next chapter of your life, it's not like everything just comes together naturally. There's this period of letting go and slowly disconnecting and grieving the old you and the old version of your life that has to happen before you even start going down the path of that next one, and before you even sometimes get clarity of that next path. And for me, like, I'm not exactly sure what I want for the future of my life yet. Like, I genuinely don't know, and I've been thinking a lot about my life and my business, and like even the questions of like, should I have a kid now, and all those things. And I don't know which direction I want to take my business in, but I know there's probably a change happening. I don't know what I want to focus on in my life right now and that next version of me that I want to be, but I know that it's different than who I am now. And it's not that like I don't like who I am now, or I don't like my life now. I love who I am and I love my life. But you know that feeling that you just intuitively get sometimes where you're like, oh, I've now moved on and I'm going to move into something else soon. That's what it feels like for me. And I feel like a lot of my friends are going through this transition as well. And I don't think it's random. I really think that a lot of humanity goes through these transitions at the same time, but we never really talk about them. And we can feel really lonely and uncomfortable through that process. And it feels weird to like not know what you want, or to not have clear goals for the future. And something that I did for the first time this year in so long is I didn't make a vision board. And you guys know, like, I'm super big on vision boards, and I have a whole video on it. You can watch it here. And they work. They're incredible manifestation tools. But for the first time in a long time, I didn't make a vision board because I didn't know what I wanted. And I also wanted to let myself figure it out and have time to figure it out and not be tied to this version of what I think my life should look like back in January. I wanted to have freedom. I wanted to have flexibility. I wanted to let the universe show me the way a little bit and delight me. And I think this Mercury retrograde is kind of just like bringing up all of these thoughts and really bringing them to the surface. But you know, you can feel in your soul when one chapter of your life has ended or is about to end and something else needs to begin soon. You can feel it in your soul. Like if you really truly slow down a bit, tap into who you are, tap into your feminine energy, all of that, like you will feel it in your soul. And the things that used to excite you, like some of those things, they stop exciting you so much. And the goals that used to really motivate you and make you full of passion and drive, they start to feel not as interesting anymore. I think there's a lot of guilt around that because we think we should push through, and we think, oh my God, this is the life that I wanted 5 years ago. I mean, if I think about what I wanted for myself like 5 to 8 years ago, like I would be screaming so excited about the life that I have now. Like it's everything that I've wanted. And I literally mean that. And I love my life. And I'm so grateful for my life, but that doesn't mean that things are meant to always stay the same. Like it's the nature of the universe. Things evolve and things grow and things change, and there's seasons to life, and chapters start and chapters end. And this sounds so dramatic. Like I'm gonna make some crazy dramatic life-altering decision, and I'm not. I just don't know exactly where I want to go. And I guess that my point in saying all this is like, it's okay if you don't know all that. And I'm at this point in my life where for the first time ever, I don't have any expanders. And basically, if you don't know what expanders are, it's a term coined by Lacey Phillips of To Be Magnetic. Basically, an expander is someone who has what you have, and it expands your perception of reality. And so you think that you can have that too. And it's really important, I think, to have expanders in your life because they show you what's possible and what you can have. But when you don't have expanders, it makes you feel a little bit lost and like you don't have direction. And, you know, I talk about in a lot of my videos how important it is to know where you want to go so that you can drive the car in the right direction and make progress. And that's true once you clearly have your defined goals. But also, I think it's so important to recognize that sometimes you don't know where you want to go, and that is okay. And I think sometimes we try to sit and think about it and try to figure it out and come up with an answer. And I don't think we get an answer, and I don't think we get clarity by sitting and thinking about it. I think that we get clarity about where we want to go when we start taking action towards something and we start getting out in the world and trying new things and being around different people. I think that we get clarity through doing. And sometimes when you're in that phase of, I know that next chapter needs to come, but I don't know what it is, I'm not sure how to bring it into my life, sitting and overanalyzing and thinking and maybe stressing about how you don't know what you want, it doesn't actually do anything. And it's okay to just like sit in the process, sit in the state of the unknown and kind of enjoy it, honestly. See it as fun, a process where you get to try different things and see what lights you up and see what you naturally gravitate towards. Like, I'm just trying to say that you're not gonna get that clarity in your life and in your next goals by sitting and stressing about it. You're gonna eventually get clarity when the time is right, when you have fun and try new things and put yourself out there, and eventually that clarity will come. But you also have to trust that like that next chapter and all of that clarity and all of that, like it's gonna come when it's meant to. And I think that we are so like, as human beings, and me too, like I don't like this, it's uncomfortable. But when you're in that cocoon phase, you know, it's like you're not the caterpillar anymore, but you're definitely not the butterfly. You're in that cocoon phase and it's lonely and it's boring and you don't know what you're doing. That cocoon phase is awkward. And I think as human beings, we try to resist it and we want to know what's coming next and we want to know our timelines and we want to know what goals we're looking towards and we're trying to achieve. And I guess like sometimes it's okay to just not know and figure it out as you go. And sometimes it's okay to be in that messy middle for a bit. And I don't just mean like for a day or a week. I mean like for several months, maybe even a year. Like I think sometimes we forget that we are just human beings at the end of the day. We are souls having a human experience, a physical experience, and we're all just figuring it out. And human beings are connected to Mother Earth and nature. And I know this is getting a little woo-woo, but Mother Earth and nature works in seasons. It is not always summer. Here in Tennessee, we get 3 months where it's completely dead. All the trees lose their leaves and it looks gray and boring and it's cold and it's winter and there's not much going on. But that is what is needed to bring that next bloom. And it's okay to sit in that messy middle and it's okay not to have concrete plans. And I think it's important. If nobody told you that, that's what I wanted to tell you. Look at her cute paw. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you relate or you feel like you're having this same experience too. And again, this sounds so dramatic, but it's not dramatic. I just feel change a brewing and I want to let myself lean into that. And if you're on the same page, like I'm in it with you. And I'm in that messy middle too. And I don't know what my future looks like. I don't know exactly what I want. And yeah, there's just a lot of confusion there, but I can feel it in my body that a new chapter is starting. I don't know when, but I know it is soon. And maybe it does have to do with like kids or something. I also see like, I've been thinking a lot about my business and all this, and I want to keep evolving it. I want to keep growing it. I love it. But I'm also someone who loves change and like new adventures. And so I could see myself maybe doing something different. I don't know what. I'm not saying I'm gonna like quit everything. I'm definitely not gonna do that. But like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I kind of want to maybe talk a little bit more about business because this is just something that I've been so heavily learning for the past year. And I've learned so much just having my own business. So if that's what you want, if that's what you're interested, let me know. Because I might make some more videos on that and like making money and having your own online business and stuff, if you guys would appreciate that content. I also just feel like I have matured a lot in the past like year, and I just feel a little bit older, but like in a good way. I don't feel like old. I just feel like I have evolved from some things. Even like, for example, like posting to social media, like I don't see YouTube as much like social media, even though it is, but like Instagram and TikTok, especially TikTok, like I'm just not really that interested. I feel like that's more for like the younger generation, and I'm just like not as into it. And no hate to that, I don't care. I just, you know, when you feel like you can just feel yourself kind of maturing and moving on. And like, I even used to think like, oh, you know, having kids and then you're older and I don't know. And now I feel like, oh, that sounds great. Like being older and being more mature and not identifying with like that 20s lifestyle. I mean, I just had my birthday. I turned 34. 34. That's crazy because I don't feel 34. I feel like 30. But I do feel like I have finally hit that point where I'm like, I'm maturing and I'm ready to move on to something else. And I'm ready to even talk about different topics. I know I'm just rambling on here, but that's why I write my scripts, because I'm actually not that great of a yapper. Maybe that'll be my next chapter, being a yapper and being more confident in my voice and my lack of being polished. I don't know. We'll see probably in a few years, see where life takes me. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some sort of value out of it. Sometimes I just want to yap to the camera and connect to you who's watching. I know this isn't going to be, you know, those videos that attracts hundreds of thousands of viewers. That's fine. This is something that I want to bring more into my life, is like more community and more of that intimate connection between like me and my audience and me and really just everyone in my life. But I don't know, I think with the whole AI thing, I think people are craving connection again and like real life. Anyways, I will finally let you go now, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time in the next one. Bye.